Okay guys, in this bed I have some cowpeas as well as some lima beans. And as you guys can see, they're doing great. Now, while this plant over here has been flourishing since the beginning, the ones over here have not necessarily had that experience. And so I wanted to come on here and give you guys some tips and tricks, because if you're worried about your plants not doing the best, or you think, okay, well, I'm not going to get a good harvest, that's not always necessarily the case. So let me give you some tips. Okay, for this particular plant, I noticed that while this plant over here loves water, this plant doesn't like it as much. So if you start to see some things going wrong, first try to figure out if you're overwatering your plant. And you can do some research, or you can kind of just experiment with it, but you can start there. Also, I noticed that these plants were starting to yellow and turn different colors. Okay, and I noticed that one of those reasons was because, one, it had kind of gone through a little bit of stress, but then also these particular plants are starting to put off. They're starting to flower, and then a couple of them even have some pods on them. So all of that energy was now going toward this. So what I did was, for these plants, the leaves that were on the lower parts of the plants, I went ahead and just took those off. They were kind of yellowing, they were curling, they were folding over, and they were draining a lot of energy from the plant. So if you guys can see right there, I kind of just plucked that leaf right off. And I did that for a couple of these. And if you guys were wondering, okay, well, is that going to hurt the plant? Well, no, because now these are doing very well. They're growing up tall, they're producing, and now the plant doesn't have to worry about putting so much energy into that. And I think I'm going to actually go through these again, guys, because I'm starting to see it in a couple other areas. I'm going to give it a little bit more love and care, but also pluck off a couple more of those leaves so that it can concentrate all this energy into producing. All right, so that's my tips and tricks for today.